Hello everyone! My name is Milla and today I'm going to be reviewing Puppet by Pauline Harris. I was so excited when Pauline contacted me about her book. If you guys haven't heard of Puppet, it's a young adult novel that follows a girl named Penelope who grew up in an orphanage and was never that happy with her life, and she was going to jump at any chance to get out of that place because the memories it held were nightmarish and horrid to her. So one day a man named Jed, who is a marionette crazed scientist, goes to the orphanage and says that he will adopt Penelope if she agrees to be experimented on. And when I say marionettes, I'm not talking about the typical marionettes and puppets. I'm talking about more robotic people who can be controlled by their puppeteers. And so this mad scientist, Jed, he has one goal in mind, and that is to create a living marionette, to be able to control another human being just by using science. And so Penelope agrees to this experiment. Penelope finally escapes from the orphanage, from the nightmarish memories that it held for her. All is going well. Penelope loves her new home. She has met this new boy, James, and the experiment was a success. She can now do superhuman things. But then Jed decides to take his show on the road and begins talking to others about his experiments and showing them Penelope's new abilities and how he manipulated cells in order for her to do these superhuman abilities, which was so highly fascinating. And the citizens of the society suddenly become so intrigued with what Jed is doing and how he has created this living marionette, how this girl can do things that no men have ever been able to do before. However, Jed's experiments not only catch the eye of the public, but also the government authorities. And so the government authorities begin to see Jed as a threat and begin warning him about Penelope's mysterious past and that she shouldn't be trusted and one human should not have this amount of power on their hands. And so Penelope decides to run from the law. And that's all I'm going to say about the plot because I don't want to give too much away for fear I will spoil you. This book is said to be a retelling of Pinocchio, but although the whole marionette thing is sort of like Pinocchio, I really didn't get a whole Pinocchio vibe from this book. It was just its own thing in my mind. I mean, I could see the relations between Pinocchio and Puppet, but in my mind there were two separate things. Like, the plots are vastly different, and though there are these little key elements, they are still vastly different. What I really loved the most about this book was the whole concept of it. It was just so creative. I found the whole scientific standpoint in this novel to be very intriguing, and I kind of wish that it was delved into a little bit more and explained further. The whole concept of this book was highly intriguing and thought-provoking, as one of its main themes is the similarities and differences between the belief of magic and the world of science, which is something that I had never really thought of before. I mean, normally magic and science are believed to be like two polar opposites. Science is it's seen as more logical, proof-based, and magic is seen as unlogical and fantastical and fiction. But if you think about all that can be done with science and magic aren't that different. This book was filled with a lot of twists and turns in the plot that I was not expecting it to take, which was a pleasant surprise. There was also a lot of action in this book. Just from the synopsis, I really didn't think that there was going to be any action in this book. I was pleasantly surprised by the amount that there was. And though I highly enjoyed the concept of this book, I did have some minor issues with it as a whole. The first of these being the characters. As a reader, I really didn't connect with the characters as much as I'd like to have, and at times their decisions and actions were incoherent with ones that they made from the past. I thought that the plot was a little bit jumpy and inconsistent, but at the same time, I really liked where it headed. But it twisted into something that I did not expect and that I was pleasantly surprised with. So overall, I did enjoy this book. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Definitely read it if you're looking for something quick, light, and adventurous. Thank you guys so much for watching. Those are all my thoughts and opinions on Puppet by Pauline Harris. Definitely read it if you haven't. And if you have read it, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. What was your favorite part about it? But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! And today I'm going to be doing the playlist book tag.
I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals.
I almost headbutted the camera.